Chelsea set to sign Jorrel Hato, the left-back solution we've been waiting for. Picture this, a 19-year-old defender who plays like a seasoned veteran, comfortable on the ball, tactically smart, and already one of the most important players at one of Europe's biggest clubs. Sound too good to be true? Well, that's exactly what Chelsea are about to get their hands on with Jorrel Hato from Ajax. The excitement around Stamford Bridge is building, and for good reason. After months of speculation, it looks like we're finally about to solve one of our biggest squad problems. But who exactly is Jorrel Hato, and why are Chelsea so determined to bring him to London? The transfer that's got everyone talking. Let's be honest, we've all been waiting for this moment. The summer transfer window has been relatively quiet for Chelsea fans, but the Hato deal has kept us all on the edge of our seats. According to the latest reports, including updates from the ever-reliable Fabrizio Romano, we're very close to getting that famous "here we go" confirmation. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite some reports from Holland suggesting that Ajax and Chelsea haven't agreed on a transfer fee yet, Romano has made it clear that the deal is moving forward. When Romano speaks, we listen, and he's confident this transfer will happen soon. So what's the hold-up? Well, it's all about the money, as these things usually are. Chelsea are reportedly ready to pay around £44 million for Hato, but Ajax want closer to £52 million. That's a gap of about £8 million, not exactly pocket change, but not insurmountable for a club like Chelsea either. The good news? Hato himself wants the move. He's made that crystal clear by missing Ajax's recent friendly matches against Celtic and Como. When a player starts skipping games, you know they're serious about leaving. That's always a good sign for the buying club. Why do we need Hato so badly? Here's a question every Chelsea fan should be asking: how many left-backs do we actually have? The answer is pretty simple: just Marc Cucurella. That's it. One senior left-back for an entire season where we'll be playing in multiple competitions. Don't get me wrong, Cucurella had a decent season last year. He improved a lot under Enzo Maresca's system and showed he can be a solid option. But here's the thing, no player can play every single game in a season. Cucurella needs backup, and more importantly, he needs competition. Competition makes players better. When you know someone else is breathing down your neck, ready to take your spot, you naturally raise your game. That's exactly what Hato would bring to our left-back position. But Hato isn't just coming in to sit on the bench. This is a player who could genuinely challenge Cucurella for the starting spot. At 19 years old, he's already played over 110 competitive games for Ajax's first team. Let that sink in for a moment. Most teenagers his age are still trying to break into their club's reserve team, and Hato is already a key player for one of Europe's most prestigious clubs. What makes Hato so special? You might be wondering what all the fuss is about. After all, there are plenty of young left-backs around Europe. What makes Hato different? The answer lies in his unique combination of experience, technical ability, and tactical intelligence. First, let's talk about experience. Yes, he's only 19, but he's not your typical teenager. With 111 competitive games under his belt, Hato has more first-team experience than many players who are 5 or 6 years older than him. He's played in the Champions League, the Europa League, and has been a regular in one of the most demanding leagues in Europe. But experience isn't everything. What really sets Hato apart is his technical ability. According to Opta Analyst, Hato is composed, technically gifted, and tactically versatile. These aren't just fancy words, they describe exactly what Maresca wants from his defenders. Maresca's system requires defenders who can do more than just defend. They need to be able to start attacks, play under pressure, and contribute to the team's overall play. Sound familiar? That's because this is exactly what we've been missing in some areas of our defense. Hato fits this profile perfectly. He's comfortable receiving the ball in tight spaces, he can pick out a pass under pressure, and he has the vision to spot attacking opportunities. In today's game, these qualities are just as important as traditional defending skills. The tactical fit. Let's dig deeper into why Hato makes so much sense for Chelsea tactically. Maresca likes his fullbacks to be heavily involved in the team's build-up play. They're not just there to stop attacks, they're expected to start them too. This is where Hato's versatility becomes crucial. He's not just a left-back, he can play anywhere across the back line if needed. This kind of flexibility is gold dust for a manager like Maresca, who likes to change formations and tactics depending on the opponent. Think about it, if we have injuries in defense, Hato could slot into the centre-back position without any problems. If we need more attacking threat down the left flank, he has the technical skills to provide that. If we want to be more defensive, he's solid enough to focus purely on stopping the opposition. This versatility also means we're not just buying a left-back, we're buying a defender who can solve multiple problems. That's smart business in anyone's book. What do the experts say? The praise for Hato isn't just coming from excited Chelsea fans. Professional analysts and football experts have been singing his praises too. Opta Analyst recently published a detailed analysis of Hato's abilities, and their conclusions are pretty impressive. They highlight how Hato is already performing like a seasoned professional despite his young age. This isn't a player who needs time to develop, he's ready to contribute immediately. That's crucial for Chelsea, who can't afford to wait for potential to turn into performance. The analysis also mentions how Hato is already one of Ajax's most important players. Think about that for a second. Ajax have a rich history of developing young talent, and they don't hand out important roles lightly. If they trust Hato with significant responsibility at such a young age, that tells you everything you need to know about his maturity and ability. The age question. Some Chelsea fans might be worried about signing another young player. After all, we've had mixed results with young signings in recent years. But here's why Hato is different. He's not really a young player in terms of experience and maturity. Yes, he's 19 years old, but he plays with the composure of someone much older. He's already been through the pressure of playing for Ajax, his experienced European competition, and has proven he can handle the expectations that come with being a key player at a big club. Compare that to other 19-year-olds who might be making their first moves away from home, playing their first season of regular football, or dealing with the pressure of professional football for the first time. Hato has already been through all of that and come out stronger. What this means for our squad depth. Squad depth has been a recurring issue for Chelsea in recent seasons. Too often, we've found ourselves short of options in key positions, forcing players to play when they are tired or not fully fit. The Hato signing would go a long way towards solving this problem in defense. With Hato in the squad, Maresca would have real options at left-back. He could rotate players based on the opponent, rest Cucurella when needed, or even play both players in different positions if the tactical situation demands it. This kind of flexibility is what separates good teams from great teams. When you have multiple high-quality options in every position, you can adapt to any situation that arises during the season. The long-term perspective. While Hato could contribute immediately, it's also worth thinking about the long-term benefits of this signing. At 19, he could potentially be our left-back for the next decade or more. That's incredible value when you think about it. Football careers are getting longer these days, and players are maintaining high performance levels well into their 30s. If Hato continues developing at his current rate, we could be looking at a player who becomes one of the best left-backs in world football. That's not just good for our team, it's good for our finances too. Players like that tend to increase in value over time, especially when they're performing well for a big club like Chelsea. The competition factor. Let's go back to the competition aspect because it's so important. Cucurella showed last season that he can be a solid option for us, but he also showed that he needs to keep improving. Having Hato around will push him to be even better. Competition works both ways too. While Cucurella will be pushed to improve, Hato will know that he can't just coast along because he's young and talented. He'll need to prove himself every day in training and every time he gets a chance to play. This kind of healthy competition usually brings out the best in both players. We've seen it work in other positions. When players know their spot isn't guaranteed, they tend to raise their game. What happens next? So where do we go from here? The signs are all pointing toward this deal getting done soon. Romano's confidence, Ajax leaving Hato out of friendlies, and the player's clear desire to join Chelsea all suggest that we're in the final stages of negotiations. The fee might still need some fine-tuning, but £8 million isn't an impossible gap to bridge. Chelsea have shown they're willing to pay what it takes to get their targets, and Hato clearly fits into Maresca's plans. Once the deal is confirmed, the real work begins. Hato will need to adapt to English football, learn Maresca's system in detail, and build relationships with his new teammates. But based on everything we know about him, these shouldn't be major challenges. The bigger picture. The Hato signing represents more than just solving our left-back problem. It shows that Chelsea are thinking strategically about building a squad that can compete at the highest level both now and in the future. We're not just buying players for the sake of it, we're identifying specific problems in our squad and finding the right solutions. Hato addresses our lack of depth at left-back while also adding technical quality and tactical flexibility to our defense. This is the kind of smart recruitment that successful clubs do. They don't wait for problems to become crises. They identify potential issues early and solve them before they become real problems. Final thoughts. As Chelsea fans, We've learned to be cautious about getting too excited during transfer windows. We've been disappointed before, and we know that nothing is certain until the player is holding up the shirt at Stamford Bridge. But everything about the Hato deal feels different. The player wants to come, the clubs are talking seriously, and the financial gap isn't huge. More importantly, this is a signing that makes perfect sense from every angle: tactical, financial, and strategic. Hato isn't just a promising young player, he's a ready-made solution to one of our squad's biggest weaknesses. He brings experience despite his age, technical quality that fits our system, and the versatility that modern football demands. When this deal is finally confirmed, we'll have added not just a left-back, but a player who could be a key part of our defense for years to come. That's the kind of signing that helps build successful teams. The question isn't whether Hato will be a good signing for Chelsea. All the evidence suggests he will be. The question is how quickly he can make his mark at Stamford Bridge and help us achieve our ambitions this season and beyond. One thing is certain: if this deal goes through, Chelsea fans will have plenty to be excited about. Sometimes the best signings are the ones that solve obvious problems while also bringing unexpected benefits. Jorrel Hato looks like he could be exactly that kind of player for us.